How many Bitcoin are there? 21 million? 21 million Bitcoin? Yeah. That's the max. Okay.
That's the max, yeah.
Hello and welcome to REKT Podcast. I am Bunchu alongside my esteemed colleague and co-host, Crypto Chamber. Chamber, how are you, buddy?
Doing pretty good, buddy. Every time you intro the show, I am taken back to that one time you did it with a Spanish accent, and I can only hear it now. Like I'm like waiting for it to happen again. So,
hola, bienvenido a REKT Podcast.
It's amazing every time.
So soy Bunchu.
If once in a while you can throw me for a loop and pepper those in occasionally for me, that would be terrific.
I'm going to start learning the intro in different languages. Like, not just Spanish.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like, I'm going to have, next time, maybe Swedish.
Yeah.
Or Dutch.
Dutch. I mean, these are hard languages to...
Yeah, like maybe German. German would be real hard.
Yeah, I agree. That's funny.
9 REKT Podcast.
So how was your weekend, man? You get up to anything?
It was good. It was the first weekend, literally, I think, since, probably September, October, that I didn't do anything, that I had no plans, no travel, no nothing. Hence being able to get on a midday Saturday CoinHQ phone call.
Yeah, no kidding. That's those are hard to get on.
That went 90 minutes.
that definitely went long. I'm with you. No, that's good. I'm actually in my sweet spot. I think I mentioned earlier that because in Canada there's like kind of like a dead spot between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like I get 3 to 4 weekends where I don't really have to do anything. Maybe some Christmas shopping here and there, but I mean it's
we
nice.
did a lot of Christmas shopping. I spent more money than I wanted to.
Let me tell you one thing right now: don't have kids, because I did that on Friday evening. I went and went to Toys R Us and went fucking crazy. The more you would think, yes, it's simple math. You have more kids, it's going to cost more. But it's like It's like a factor of 7. Like I don't even know. It feels like I don't know how the math is working. So it's and then you're trying to figure out how much to spend on each kid, and it doesn't matter because one can barely eat. You know what I mean?
Like they don't even know what they're getting.
Exactly.
It's
a whole thing. So kids are expensive this time of year.
And interesting. So are wives.
I bet. Yeah, I hear you there. I also hear you there.
Yeah. Anyway, that's So otherwise, pretty good. Do you want to just kick this bad boy off with Rektommendations of the week?
I sure would.
All right. So I'm gonna go first. Speaking of Sweden. This was actually kind of funny how it happened. So over the weekend, since I was doing nothing, and there's actually no college football on this weekend, which is what I'm usually doing on Saturdays. Like I'll be watching football all day or whatever. We were sitting on the couch and we said, hey, let's watch a movie, which is a very rare occurrence for us. And my wife had shown me, I showed her a trailer for I think I showed her a trailer for The Irishman a couple weeks ago because I wanted to watch it.
Yep.
But it's super long.
Super long, yeah.
And then she said, somebody recommended this movie to me. I watched the trailer. It looks cool. Let's watch it. And so I was like, all right. The movie was called Midsummer, but it's spelled in the, Dutch version.
Right.
Midsommar, Midsummer. And we watched it. And as I was watching it, I couldn't help but think of you, of all people.
Yup.
Because I'm sitting there watching this and I'm like, holy shit, this is the most fucked up movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And I just immediately said in Telegram, like, have you seen this movie? And you're like, weird. I was literally just listening to a podcast about it and I can't wait to watch it. And I was like, holy crap, this is fucked. It was like seriously the weirdest movie I've ever seen. And I loved it.
You know what? When you messaged me, it ruined about an hour of my day.
Why?
I have been, as like you mentioned, I was listening to a podcast about it. I am so excited to see this movie. The director is the same director, for those of you who have seen the movie Hereditary, which was one of my absolute favorite movies last year. This was their follow-up. I heard it was just absolutely fucked. And you text me, or you message me, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm pretty sure like this is, and it's, for the record, it's like 7 p.m. And I'm like, man, it must be nice not to have kids. I'm like, I'm never watching a movie at this time. Definitely not Midsummer. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'm putting away dishes. I'm like, he's watching Midsummer right now. And I'm like, I don't even know what he's seeing. Like, I know, I mean, I have an idea of what the movie's about. I heard it's absolutely terrific, but absolutely messed up. So yeah, so I'm like, when you text me, I'm like, I'm not 100% sure you know what you're getting yourself into at this point.
I had no clue. No. I had no clue what I was getting myself into. I watched the trailer, and the trailer does not do it.
No, I mean, the trailer, I mean, the movie itself is very, like, bright and colorful. It's very, like, thematic, like when you're watching.
Yeah, and I just kind of thought it was going to be, oh, okay, these people go, they end up accidentally joining a cult and bad things are going to happen, you know, but not to the level of messed upness that this was. I literally said to you, I was like, this is so fucked, and you're like, buckle the fuck up is what he said.
Yeah, man, that's the only thing I could think to say. I was like, this is going to be a ride, because I have all I know is people whose opinion I keep pretty close, said it was absolutely messed up, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, this is gonna be, I can't wait to hear your feedback. But you did say
the main actress was really great, though. She was awesome in it.
And I heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but without spoiling too much, I heard that you sympathize for both. From what I understand, it's a couple that goes to Sweden for whatever reason, and there's some relationship issues there. Correct? Am I getting that pretty on the money?
Yeah. And
you can feel for both sides at certain points. Does that sound about right? From both perspectives.
I guess
one
so.
Obviously one more than the other, but.
By the end, you do, but in like a really messed up way.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the one character pretty much the whole time.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, right. But at the end, I could see how you would feel that. Okay. I could see that.
And again, I haven't seen it. This is just kind of what I'm hearing. Just kind of, but yeah, I'm.
Well, let me know. So I watched it on Amazon Prime Video. I
don't think I have. I have Amazon Prime, but I don't think.
If you have Amazon Prime, you should just try it. Download Amazon Prime Video. It's
I have it on my. Like, here, I'll do it right now.
It should be there. Well, maybe not in Canada.
Yeah, that's the thing, eh? Fucking Canada.
Yep.
Yeah, no. I got like Midsummer Murders. For those of you who live in Canada, this is not the same Midsummer we're talking about.
Brutal.
But yeah. So
I can't wait to hear what you think of when you. I'm
very excited. Yeah, there's a couple of movies. There's that one, like It Chapter 2. I'm pretty excited to see. But if you are, we were chatting a little bit before the show. And we were, making our references to I Think You Should Leave. And we were talking about, what's his name in the sketch? I can't think of him now. Gazpacho Soup. Howie, thank you. And I recommend my favorite, horror movie of the year was Us by Jordan Peele. And Howie has this great secondary role in the movie, so highly recommend. not that scary. It's definitely not on the level of Midsummer. I would say it's an entertaining horror movie, very rewatchable. I'm thinking of rewatching it possibly today. But yeah, that one, Us by Jordan Peele. I feel like it got like a bad rap, but it was one of my favorite movies of the year, and he's in it, and his scenes are absolutely fantastic.
Cool. I'm gonna watch that because
it's definitely.
Then I told my wife, who suggested that other movie, about Hereditary, and she was like, "I don't know, man."
No, I mean Hereditary.
This movie was too much for her. The Midsummer was too much for her, and I loved it afterwards. And she's like, "That was a little too much for me."
I think Midsummer might be worse than Hereditary as far as like too much. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Hereditary is still a lot.
I will tell you, it's got for those Always Sunny fans out there, it's got a hint of Thunder Gun Express.
Really?
If you...
I'm trying just dropping dong everywhere or what?
Yeah, there's some hanging of dong. Dude hangs dong.
Oh, nice.
For like a solid minute.
Thunder gun.
Like dude's thunder gunning all up and down.
That's awesome. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, anyway. But Hereditary, I don't think it's as crazy. It's still crazy, but if you want something a little bit more watchable, Us, I think, in my opinion, is the way to go.
Cool. Well, that's our recommendations. Let's get into a little bit of market. Let's get you where we are today. We are recording this on Monday morning, so right after the weekend. We are currently looking at a $7,105.23 for a Bitcoin. Pretty flat, $128 billion market cap. Ethereum, 141.09. The standard WXRP, 21.3 cents. Tether, $1.
Straight up dollar.
And Bitcoin Cash, 206.05, rounding out the top 5. Litecoin 42.91, EOS 254, Binance Coin. Wow, fall from grace for Binance Coin, huh?
Where are they at today?
Well, I just feel like 3 months ago they were at like $35.
Yeah, I was going to say $30 to $40 for sure. Where are they today?
$14.21. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they had some, I don't know if that's a more recent thing, but they definitely had some negative press, I think, over the last few days with some community votes and bots voting for tokens and stuff like that, apparently.
Yeah, they seem like a pinnacle of ethical behavior.
Yeah, the standard.
And the standard of ethical behavior. Bitcoin SV, $92.36, and Tezos, 168. So it just keeps going.
Jeez.
It's going.
I feel like that might have a fall from grace a la Binance Coin.
Maybe. BTC dominance, 71.11%.
Wow. Remember the days of 32%?
Yeah, that was when we all thought we could be rich off of altcoins.
Yeah, apparently not so much.
Yeah. Oh, man. I saw a great tweet. Oh, man, we should have probably done hot tweets today.
Here, just say it, and I'll put it in.
Okay, hold on. Well, now I have to find it.
Oh, okay. We can come back. We can circle back, but as soon as you say hot tweets, I'll drop it.
I'll find it quickly. But the days of 33%, 31% dominance, I think.
You think they're gone forever? Do you think they'll ever come back?
Do you think? What do you think?
I mean, I just remember from, while we were in it, they were referencing years past where it happened again before. So it seems to have a cyclical effect. So, maybe not in the low 30s, but, who knows what happens after a Bitcoin bull run and then the retrace? Does that all fall into alts again? Does basically the same thing happen and we see 40 something, or do we see, sub 50? Sub 50, I think, is a reasonable expectation. I think I could see that.
I just don't see what is going to drive that, right?
Well, I think it's going to be, if Bitcoin's going to lead the way, just like it did in 2017. And then as it's pulling back, as people imagine Bitcoin goes to
so you think 60, it's going to be profit taking, and then
I think that's what it was last time. If memory serves me correct. But yeah, I think, if Bitcoin goes to 60K or, 70K, then all bets are off. Who knows what's going to happen? You know what I mean? And then a retrace back, or who, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think if we have a big, new all-time highs and another, parabolic move on the way back down, that money could go absolutely anywhere. So
that's true. That's true. Or to the government.
More than likely the government.
All right. I got a hot tweet for you.
Hot tweet.
Hot tweets.
Hot tweet.
Hot tweets.
Hot tweets.
Nice.
This one comes, and it's kind of on the same vein as what we're talking about here, which obviously why I thought of it. Comes from hashtag friend of the show, AltsQ.
Oh, nice.
And this one I just laughed at so hard from yesterday at 1:16 p.m. my time. Probably at night for her. Kids believe in Santa Claus, but you believe your crypto bags will make you a billionaire. So who's the one believing in fairy tales? Mic drop.
Wow. That is
34 retweets, 563 likes.
She is good.
Discuss.
I mean, what's more unlikely?
She ain't wrong.
No, exactly. She ain't.
She ain't wrong, I don't think.
No, it's so true. Some people, I mean,
at least your kids see Santa at the mall. You haven't seen a green candle in years.
It's been 84 years.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
no doubt. Shouts to AltQ. She's good. She had another tweet the other day. I thought that was really good. I forget what it was, but she's always good for a follow. So if you're not following AltQ, yeah, shout out to her. Follow her. Is it at ALTSQ?
Yeah, that's all it is.
Nice.
That's the tweet.
Follow her.
That's it. That's the tweet. All right.
What are we doing next?
We are going straight from hot tweets into the news. All right, Chamber, you go first for your one, then we'll drop mine in the middle, and then back to you.
Okay, I will start. This is an ongoing story. We thought it was dead. It, like Lazarus, has risen from the dead.
Maybe pun intended.
Maybe pun intended, yeah, exactly. Quadriga CX creditors request proof of the exchange CEO's death. So some Quadriga CX users affected by the exchange sudden shutdown are now asking the police to confirm that the CEO is indeed dead. In a letter submitted to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or more commonly known as the RCMP, the law firm representing Quadriga CX creditors asked the law enforcement agency to conduct an exhumation and post-mortem autopsy on the body of Gerald Cotton.
You talking about exhuming a body?
Straight up. Let's rip that bastard out of the ground and see what's up.
Oh, my God.
Is he even in the ground is the question.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Interesting. So given the questionable circumstances surrounding Mr. Cotton's death and the significant losses of affected users, the letter said. So once again, Canada's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Quadriga CX, abruptly shut down in early 2019 after Cotton died unexpectedly just about a year ago. Since Cotton was the only person who had private key access to the firm's digital wallet, at the time around $260 million Canadian, went missing following his death. And EY report published in May said the firm owes creditors roughly $160 million. So,
all right, let's put on your tinfoil hat. What do you think is the deal?
So I wish I followed this a little closer. I would have loved, as again, just for conspiracy reasons, at the end of the day, if this person is actually dead, I feel bad for saying this, but that being said,
R.I.P. in pieces.
Yeah, R.I.P. in pieces. I would have loved to have seen the burial. Like, what was in the coffin? Was it an open casket? Was it
which you can't really do at the time,
right?
Obviously, right? I mean, it's pretty rude.
It is fairly rude, but if it's a box of bricks in the going into the dirt, that's interesting. Now, that being said, as a conspiracy person,
what if it was, if you did it the right way, you're burying some person in there, but maybe not this guy.
Wouldn't you, so say there was other conspirators alongside him, wouldn't you have the body, quote unquote body, cremated, and then there's no way to even exhume? Like, wouldn't that be
if you were conspiring?
Right,
yes,
exactly. I'm like, we cremated him, so
because then there's no
there's none of this happening after a year later.
You're not getting dental records of
an
exhumed maple syrup.
So the fact
salesman.
that he's not cremated, in my opinion, gives a bit more credit to he actually, unfortunately passing away a year ago. So I think that lends my beliefs a little bit more to that side. But I don't know. What do you think? You think he's?
So are they actually doing this? I missed that. Are they just calling for it?
It's just the lawyers from the creditors have requested it to the RCMP. The RCMP has not said anything one way or the other.
Imagine, what's the joke?
Is the
on the man's widow?
Is that the joke?
Is that the joke? On the man's widow?
You got her.
You got her, Jane. You really got him. Sorry. All aboard the Tangent Express.
Oh, it happens.
Captain Bunchu.
It happens. But yeah, so that's interesting.
I kind of hope it happens.
Oh, could you imagine? Yeah, I agree. And then we find out it's like a dead dog or something in the car. Oh, could you imagine? Oh,
just a little, just a piece of paper that says, "I owe you $129 million." Oh man,
no kidding. So you have a news story for us?
Yeah, it's a story. I'm not sure if it's news.
All right,
it's what people are talking about. It's I would say it's all people are talking about on Twitter.
Really?
We talking HEX, bro.
Oh.
Let's talk about HEX, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the scam things that may be.
It's mostly
Let's
scam.
Talk about
it's mostly
HEX.
Scam things.
Let's talk about HEX. All right. So this is coming from cryptonews.com by Simon Chandler, and I love the article title. Is HEX a scam or just something that looks really, really like a scam? Great article headline. So it starts out saying a quote from Richard Hart, who is the founder of HEX. The quote says, "Oh, it looks like a scam. I know that," says Richard Hart, founder of the controversial new cryptocurrency HEX. He was speaking to Tone Vays's Bitcoin Law Review podcast, and he admits, quote, "If you don't look into it, it looks like every other scam." And so... great start, I would say, right?
Yeah, absolutely. At first glance, absolutely, it looks like a scam, is what Richard Hart's saying.
As described on the HEX website, HEX claims that it is, quote, designed to increase in value faster than anything else in history, and that users can earn up to 369% depending on the amount of HEX they stake. So does this sound too good to be true?
It sounds absolutely too good to be true, and it sounds very scammy when you say it like that. Anytime, as we all know, we've seen our share of scams over the past few years, and it has all the hallmarks, if you will, of a good scam.
Accoutrement.
Yeah, the accoutrement of a good scam.
Of a good scam.
It looks like one. It's saying that you're going to be very rich very fast. it's you obviously Peter McCormick had a interesting back and forth with him. I want to say last week, calling it an outright scam, and that was interesting as well.
I missed that.
Oh, really? It was. Yeah. I don't know if it was an interview for a show, but it was. Yeah, he was chatting with Richard, and it was like, yeah, he was just calling him out for what it was, and it was pretty funny. But yeah,
interesting.
So what else have they done to be a scam?
Well, so here's how it is supposed to work. So first of all, some people are saying obviously that it does look suspicious and that it's most definitely a scam, although some are saying that it's not exactly a Ponzi scheme. Despite what it looks like.
Was it Trayvon that said that?
Probably. So how is HEX supposed to work? So according to its website, individual investors can obtain HEX by doing one of three things. One, proving they own a certain amount of Bitcoin by signing a transaction with their private key. Mm-hmm. 2, exchanging Ethereum for HEX, so essentially buying it.
Yep.
Or 3, referring a friend. Once users have HEX, they're encouraged to stake the token, i.e. keep it locked up, via smart contract.
Yep.
And this earns them interest paid in HEX, which varies depending on how long they keep their HEX staked and how much of the overall supply of HEX is staked by all users. So here's a quote, I guess from from Richard Hart. HEX pays stakers inflation. Founder Richard Hart explains on cryptonews.com. After day 353, HEX has at most 3.9 or 3.69% inflation, and it's delayed as it's only paid at the end of stake, and stakes can be up to 5,555 days long. Seems arbitrary.
Yeah.
The HEX website mentions that keeping portion of HEX staked will increase the value of unstaked HEX. So, okay, just lock it up, and the thing that's locked will go up in value, but don't touch it because then it'll go down in value.
So
the thing is, there's no underlying logic, mechanism of force by which unstaked HEX acquires value in the first place. Specifically, HEX is not listed on any major or known exchange. Okay, so this is updated.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, yeah.
Now it can be found on BidDesk and Saturn Network.
It's not showing up on CoinMarketCap. Or it is showing
probably
up on
too new.
Yeah, but it doesn't have any data there.
Right, so it's probably still too new. And then, so that's what it is. What are people saying about it? Andreas says, in my opinion, everything I've read about HEX makes me extremely suspicious and wary. I personally wouldn't touch it. There are enough red flags there to equip a Chinese military parade.
Yeah, that's
pretty
good. That's not bad.
Fantastic quote.
Was that Andreas?
I think so.
Oh, we have to bring that up with him.
That's what it says.
So
here.
right off the bat, though, you're saying you can buy HEX with Ethereum, and then you stake your HEX, and then you get paid out in HEX, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So this sounds all too familiar. If we replace the word Ethereum with the word Bitcoin, and if we replace the word HEX with the word BitConnect, this is the exact same thing that BitConnect was doing. You bought from BitConnect their BitConnect token. You paid in BTC. You staked it, and you got paid out in their native token. And if you kept it in there, yes, the structure of this of this scam held up as much as it could, but as soon as money started getting pulled out, it fell apart and had a 99% retrace. I believe HEX has already retraced that amount. Is that correct?
Yes. I didn't get to that part here. I don't know if this talks about it, but I think it did. It went, I thought, like from 1,500 sats to like 3
sats. Yeah, it was.
Right?
Yeah, I think you're correct. I think it was even more than that. I want to say it was like 3,200 sats to 3 sats.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a big drop.
Yeah, so Tone Vase here says from his Bitcoin Law podcast that he spent hours talking to Richard Hart on. He says, it's an affinity scam. Here's how an affinity scam works. A person like Richard Hart convinces a community and builds a reputation as trustworthy and knowledgeable authority with a cult-like following. Then finds the perfect time to sell the community something worthless to them for a lot of benefit to him. The benefit of Hart comes from the Ethereum users as they're transferring ETH to his address, obviously, in order to obtain HEX. And as of the writing of this, which was the 12th, so 4 days ago, the address had $5.3 million of ETH in it.
It's a lot of
none of it. So here's the catch. None of it will be returned to those users if they want to unstake their HEX, since they only receive HEX, obviously, right? HEX promises crazy high interest rate and returns, but they are only in HEX currency, which Richard Hart creates out of thin air, Tone Vase explains. Therefore, it is not actually a Ponzi. It's advertised like a Ponzi, but it's not. If it was, it would be a lot easier to recognize the scam for both investors and regulators. Hart denies that HEX is a Ponzi, but he also, unsurprisingly, goes further and argues that it's not a scam, largely because what it's doing is out in the open. So that's the HEX is a software that users run. The only person that owes the user money is the user himself. What?
Okay. I just have another thing that just came to my mind. Is anybody not correlating the term? Do you know what a synonym for the word HEX is?
No.
What about curse?
Like curse?
Yeah,
right?
like a hex. Like right away, the name itself is cursed. So what are people like? They couldn't spell it out any more obvious than probably don't put your money here. It's a cursed coin.
So this is interesting. We we do our segment No FOMO, right? I feel like this would fall very well into our No FOMO segment, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so there is a website out there now called hexscam.com. And just right at the top of the website, it just says HEX is a scam. Then there's a picture of a Bitcoin, and the header says there's no free money. It won't work. And then there's a warning on here. It says, warning, do not buy HEX. HEX is not money. ERC20 tokens are not money. Ether is not money. Very few things are actual money. For now, we'll leave the question aside of what qualifies as money, but let's take a look at what HEX is for a moment. So basically, then they go into describing that HEX is an ERC20 token designed by Richard Hart to be basically an analog of traditional bank certificate of deposit, or sometimes called a time deposit. If you must, you can read about it here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Are people actually FOMOing into this besides
5.3 million in ETH?
Jeez. That's what's in the wallet.
And they have
that's what's in the wallet, you're saying, right? In that one.
Yeah, at the time of that writing, which was the 12th.
I mean, theoretically, could.
But the thing is, they'll never get their ETH back because they get paid out in HEX. So if they were staking and getting all this HEX worth, $1,000, and then it just dropped to $3, that's it. Your ETH is gone. That was $100 in value, and now you're left with $3 worth of HEX.
Jeez, that's tough. That is tough. So don't stop buying.
How about the people? How about if this doesn't sound too good to be true enough already? What about the people promoting it?
So this is, I don't know how new this is. I feel like it just happened. But I absolutely saw two videos. One of Richard promoting or justifying, this is probably the better word.
I saw this one this morning, actually.
Was justifying how good of a project this was because Trayvon and Craig, the former BitConnect promoters, are now promoting this. And his justification was they know what a scam looks like. So ficto facto, this can't be a scam because they were so they were so tied into an actual scam, they can appreciate a scam and see it for what it is. So why would this be a scam? Because they already know what a scam is. I don't know about that. And then
have you been to the HEX website?
I have not.
Please do it right now and tell me what you think. It's called HEX. It's hex.win.
.win?
Yeah.
All right. Enhance.
Just scroll down that.
All right. No. He looks like a magician in this picture.
He does, and the video is called Pumpamentals.
Pumpamentals. Ooh. Yeah, Pumpament. What actually makes the price go up?
They describe the returns you got on Bitcoin in the short amount of time. They describe the returns you could have got on Ethereum in a small amount of time. And then they're saying, oh, well, HEX will be that too. And then they're saying HEX is the first high-interest blockchain certificate of deposit, blah, blah, blah. HEX is designed to go higher, faster, and retain its value. How? Use a computer science breakthrough to disrupt the largest markets in the world with a product of nearly infinite profit margin.
Goodness.
Oh, Jesus. God.
So, I don't know. The other thing, too, is I don't know if you've seen this video. Trayvon.
HEX is the future of finance. Stake your claim. Sorry. That's what it says.
Amazing. Did you see the new Trayvon video of him promoting HEX?
I've seen 2 videos of him now.
It's literally a scene-for-scene recreation of, you didn't lose all your money. Okay, maybe you lost all your money.
Where he's in his car?
In his car, yeah.
I did see that.
So are people just not remembering BitConnect at this point? Or, to me, it's a red flag if you see Trayvon promoting this thing.
Well, so here's what's funny about that, actually, is I saw another tweet this morning. I can't remember who it was because I was actually going to pull it up during hot tweets. It basically said, if you're still in crypto from 2017, congratulations, you're one of the lucky people that have seen a full market cycle. People in traditional finance have never, seen such a thing, right? So that makes me think okay, there are new people that haven't been around since 2017, right? And they might not even know who he is. And I thought it was pretty funny if you actually look at I went to his YouTube page today because I saw that car video and then it said, oh, watch the whole video here. And I just clicked on it and see how long it was. It was 10 minutes. I'm like, I don't have time to hear him talk for 10 minutes. So, but what I did notice was he used to call himself Bitcoin Trey.
Right.
His username and what he refers to himself now is Dap Trey. So
really?
My point here being is, he's rebranding himself as something else. So people who are new-ish or newer may not know who he is or what he ever had to do with anything.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And crypto Twitter's kind of woke with that stuff, or at least our little bubble is,
right.
But that doesn't mean everybody is.
It's true.
So I think it's interesting. But did you see the other video that I was talking about? The one from I think Friday.
The swivel chair one.
The swivel chair. Yeah. Where he's like, I'm giving you 5 reasons why I'm giving HEX all my Ethereum, and then he holds up 4 fingers.
Somebody else tweeted, I'll give you 5 reasons that HEX is a scam, and they were all Trayvon.
Well, it's like he clearly isn't great with numbers.
No. Unless he has a Simpsons hand where it's 4 fingers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So anyway, that's HEX. So I feel like we needed to talk about that. It's all people are talking about on Twitter. So
you know what's a scam because I'm not sharing a ref link on it.
Yeah.
That's your first indicator. Is Chamber shilling a ref link on this one?
No? Okay, scam.
Ooh, dangerous. Very dangerous.
Do you have one more news story?
I do. TikTok, I know you're over 30, so you may not know what this is. TikTok owner works for Chinese...
I do know what TikTok is.
I barely know. So, TikTok owner works with Chinese media outlet to register new blockchain and AI company. TikTok owner ByteDance and Chinese media company Shanghai Dongfang... Yeah, Dongfang, Newspaper Co. have launched a new company.
I'm going to hang Dongfang.
Yeah, so good. Launched a new company to focus on developing blockchain, AI, and other business lines, according to the data from Quichacha, I don't know, Qichacha, a website that hosts, that's a fun one, regardless. The new company named PengPi Audiovisual Technology Co. is set to provide service including blockchain technology development, AI public services, internet data services, AI application development, and others. However, it is unclear what kind of business the new company will do specifically. Formed December 10th, the firm has registered capital of 10 million won. That's around 1.4 million USD, 49% of which is controlled by ByteDance. Shanghai Dongfang newspaper is the operator of thepaper.cn, a Chinese online news outlet. The firm is predominantly controlled by Shanghai United Media Group, which is backed by the Shanghai local government. Bloomberg had posted this first in their news article. So, I just wanted to bring this up because I'm not very familiar with TikTok. My wife is.
I was a Vine guy back in the day.
Were you? I missed the Vine as well. I know a lot of the comedians I like were on Vine. I get the appeal. TikTok seems to be kind of like next generation Vine, from what I understand.
Right.
My wife is on it nonstop. I think she found it about 3-4 weeks ago, and like every time I look at her, she's just looking at these TikTok videos and laughing hysterically and showing them to me, and me being like, meh. Occasionally one will make me laugh, but for the most part, it's a lot. Do you have the app on your phone at all?
I do not.
So I have it on mine, and I attempted to make a Vine, got very confused very fast.
TikTok.
A TikTok. And I got very confused very fast and gave up. It seems like a younger person's game, and I have no time for this. But do you think we're going to be losing any of our CT people to crypto TikTok? Like, is that going to be a thing, do you think?
I'm not sure if crypto TikTok is, but I think you're already seeing some migrate to regular TikTok.
Yeah, so we'll see if they form a TikTok crypto community. If they do, so who has left? Who have you seen migrate over that way?
I mean, I was in a conversation with Mr. Michael Nye yesterday because he said something about crypto Twitter, being toxic and boring and blah, blah, blah. And I was joking around because he had posted a couple of his TikToks.
He blocks me, so I can't see what he's doing these days.
Oh,
so.
He blocked you?
Yeah, he blocked me a long time ago.
Why? We've had him on the show. What did you do?
It was post-show, I think.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
I bought some T-shirts from Fungus. Remember when Fungus was making hilarious memes about him? I couldn't stop. I bought a couple of T-shirts from Fungus. Maybe that upset him, but I have a couple of the money.
I would imagine so.
I have a couple of the Money Magic Miracle T-shirts or whatever it is.
Oh my God, you're such a jerk.
I wear them proudly to this day. They make me laugh. I thought it was funny. He did it. It's not like it's fake news. I mean, he did it. I just think it's hilarious.
Well, so anyway, he's posted a couple of his TikToks lately, that he has done, and they're not crypto related. They're like actual videos that he's trying to get to go viral. Like one's like a freestyle rap. One was I forget. There's a couple other ones, but so he posted that about crypto Twitter yesterday, and he was like, it's like toxic and people are assholes and it's, not what it used to be, blah, blah, blah. And so I just said, when full-time TikTok? And then he responded and he said, where do you think I've been? So, we're already seeing some prominent crypto figures going into TikTok. Should we make a TikTok REK podcast?
I mean, if one of us can figure out how to make one,
I'm sure I could figure out how to make a TikTok.
yeah, I don't know the talent. Some of them are pretty talented. Like the technique that goes in behind them have been pretty impressive. I don't know what magic goes behind that, but it was too much for me.
Well, I mean, I don't know what we would TikTok about. I'm sitting here recording.
Yeah, exactly. It just seems like if we were 17, we would be really good at it because I feel like
I'd be so good at TikTok.
Right, exactly. Like it's we're old now and we're still funny, but we don't have.
Yeah, but we're old funny.
Yeah, exactly. It's the older you get, you just become a different kind of funny. For the record, speaking of old people funny,
did I win an award or something?
No, but you should watch. If you haven't watched it yet, I forgot to recommend it to you earlier. But the new Mike Birbiglia
I can't wait to watch it. He's my favorite.
It is so good.
He's my favorite.
You will absolutely love it. On Netflix specifically, there's so much stand-up that I'm now finding myself like stopping. Like if you don't make me laugh within the first 15 minutes, I'm stopping. I'll be stopping the special because there's so much out there that you have to kind of sift through. And I mean, I throw on Mike Birbiglia, and I mean it's next level. He's so good. And what he does anyways, watch it. It's fantastic. But it's for old guys. It's for old guys like us now. It's not for the young kids. Young kids can have their TikTok videos. We have
but Mike Birbiglia was never really for young kids.
No, exactly. We have Mike Birbiglia. They have TikTok. And I'm okay with it.
I'm totally okay with it.
But you're going to love it. It's really good.
That's hilarious.
But it just reminded me, I'm like, this is for, like, kids aren't going to like this.
Are you like a big dad joke guy?
It was like getting into a warm bath when I became a dad. It was just like, it fit so well, like a snug spandex, full body suit. I love dad jokes. I didn't know I was going to love them so much, but they are absolutely fantastic. And if you ever become one, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It becomes second nature.
I can just picture you, just not even to your kids, just like in public at a coffee shop.
So much. Yeah, I love it. It's amazing.
Talking to a barista, like, oh, how do you make holy water? You boil the hell out of it. I'll take a large coffee. Thank you. Canada, add some syrup.
You don't have to ask for it. They just automatically
They just put it in. Oh, boy. All right. Are we done with the news here?
We are.
All right. We got one more segment, and then we're going to wrap this up. We are going to do some crypto Would You Rather.
Now, we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
All right, Chamber. I'm going to start first. I wrote these two based on what I think your personality would answer. Right. So let's see if I was right, because I think I would know which one you would pick. One of them actually segues right into what we were just talking about. You're a man of great self-worth.
Yes, I am.
So this question is for you. Would you rather be TikTok famous? But it's the only social media you're allowed to use.
Right.
Or you can use all social media, including TikTok, but keep your current crypto Twitter status forever. So you can never increase your crypto Twitter following. You're only as good as you are now. Or you can be TikTok famous.
TikTok famous. It's not even
I knew it!
That would also mean that I would know how to use it properly, and if I did know how to use it properly,
you would just
you
would be TikTok famous. You're saying,
I think I could get behind it if I knew how to make the cool stuff on TikTok. Yeah, I would be happier with TikTok overall. So yeah, I would definitely go that route.
Wow, I'm surprised at that answer. I think.
Well,
no, that's what I thought you would pick.
Okay,
because I know you like would want to be famous in any in any scenario.
Yeah, I think so.
So you would leave your crypto Twitter behind to be TikTok famous, and that's what I thought you would answer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's what I would take. I'll be slightly reluctantly, but I think at the end of the day, I would definitely jump ship.
Because if you just had your crypto Twitter status forever, you'd go insane.
No.
The only thing driving you
is more followers.
Is the thought that maybe you will be a 100,000 follower account.
I'm gonna be unbearable if I ever hit 10K. If I get a K, watch out. Unbearable.
Oh my God. All right, your turn.
Okay. This is actually leads into the previous news story too. So good job on your question. Here is my question. Would you rather, this is show related, be sponsored by the next HEX /BitConnect or never have a sponsor for the show ever again?
Wow, interesting. I think I would say never have a sponsor.
Right.
Because if you're the HEX guy or the BitConnect guy,
right,
there's no coming back.
There isn't. That's a stain.
Like you have a
even if,
emotional bank account with your followers and your listeners and your audience, and there's only so many times you can cash in on that emotional bank account before you turn unreliable scumbag.
I agree. I agree. I would even frame it in a sense where maybe you weren't even aware that it was going to be, but regardless, you know what I mean?
That's tougher, but still, like, if I unknowingly took it on, it'd be one thing, but...
And you sold the top, though. And you just sold on all the listeners.
Oh, then I dumped on everybody? Oh, I would feel terrible. I couldn't do it. No, give me no sponsor.
No sponsors? Good. All right. That's what I felt. That's the way we were going to go. But I wanted to hear it for myself.
Okay. Here's my next one.
All right.
Again, I'm testing your personal... ego and your view here. Would you rather hold 10% of the entire Bitcoin supply, but the supply will always be at $1, or it'll always be worth $1 a coin?
Okay.
So if you do the math,
it's like what, 1.2 million or 2.1 million?
No, 2.1 million, right? So would you rather hold 10% of the Bitcoin supply at $1 forever static, or hold 1 Bitcoin at the price of 2.1 million?
Oh, 1 Bitcoin at the price of 2.1 million for sure.
Why?
Then call me hokey, but then everybody has, you know what I mean? Now everybody.
I wasn't sure you were going to go that way. Interesting.
I'm not a monster.
Kudos to you. I don't know. You've answered some of those where you're like, I want the 10%.
No. I mean, money's if it's 2.1
but
million.
If it's $1, everybody can afford them.
Yeah, but then not everybody's a millionaire. You know what I mean?
Well, you could be.
Yeah. I mean, you would have to have at least 5% of the supply. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there's not this. If it's $1, like if we're saying 1 Bitcoin is worth 2.1 million.
Yes.
Yeah. Then everybody that we know would be millionaires. That's fun.
Right.
That's more fun.
If that's the case.
Yeah, that's more fun.
Yes, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I like that idea better.
Okay.
Because
I wasn't sure. I was surprised. I'm not surprised. I just know you've answered some of these.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I am a monster.
You want to be big monkey on the rock.
It's not at the expense of everybody else.
You've took one where you're big monkey on the rock.
Right.
You took the other one where you're a man of the people.
Right. The first one doesn't affect everybody else. I will think.
Correct.
I will have more group thought. You know what I mean? I will put the group ahead of my own personal gains for the most part. But if the group is irrelevant in the question, then I'm only going for myself. Yeah.
Fair. All right. You got one more?
Yeah, I do. Okay. Would you rather? Okay. So in this question, all of the crypto you have is stored on one hardware wallet. So like one Trezor or whatever.
Oof. Okay.
Would you rather lose that hardware wallet and not know where it is. Okay. And you just lose it. Say it's $1 million. Okay.
Sure.
So you have $1 million worth of crypto on this hardware wallet, and you lose it, and you have no clue where it is, no place to start, no idea where it went. Or have it stolen from you, and you know who stole it.
Oh man. So I know can I get it back?
That's where, I don't know if you can get it back.
So in the first one, I never get it back, clearly.
You can never get it back. And we'll say for...
Oh, is this the angle of like personal betrayal? Is that what you're
No.
going for here?
I'm also going to frame it in the sense where you can't go to the police because we'll say you haven't... it would be non-beneficial if you went to the police. So you have to take matters into your own hand.
Oh, I would want to know who got it. One, because
you say you do. Say it's person X, and you know this person.
Right. I would do this. I would want this because one, I would know who has it. I could potentially get it back.
Right. But theoretically, you would probably have to use some sort of force.
Yeah. Right. So, my second part of that was I could totally be like Liam Neeson and Taken.
Right.
So that's why I was.
And I'm going to add another one. You may have to terminate this person to get it.
So I'm going to have to kill this person to get it back. I mean, but if I decide not to, it's the same as just losing the hardware wallet, right?
Correct.
So I'm going to still take this option.
Okay. All right.
You're going
with knowing who stole it, and then
having. What would you do?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely. Yeah, I'm going to be mean about it. I'm coming after you hard.
I'm going to embarrass you. Barry.
Yeah, I'm going to embarrass you right now. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm going Liam Neeson style.
Taking matters into your own hands.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of what do you call it? It wasn't called torture, but it's, when the government does it, they don't call it torture. They call it something else. But I'm watching a lot of these types of shows. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I get how somebody could do this. So yeah, I would get it back one way or another. Okay, I feel good about it.
I'm going with that. So that was good. I like when we write them for each other.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, we'll put them out on polls or the best ones out on polls, a couple of them, whatever, and we will let the people vote. Other than that, we're out of here. What else you got? Anything?
No. Check out coinhq.tv if you want to see our show and, to be perfectly honest, better shows in crypto. Check it out. It's coinhq.
We're getting close.
We are getting very close. I'll probably post the link in the notes. So coinhq.tv. You can check out our videos, or our podcast there. You can check out other videos there, other podcasts. Some really good folks that we're working with. So check it out.
Alrighty, that's going to do it for us. We will be back on Thursday. But until then, don't get wrecked, and that is financial advice.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening. You can help support us by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and become a REKT patron by signing up for a monthly tier on patreon.com. That's patreon.com/REKT podcast. Don't get wrecked.